Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Akmal Hakim bin Azami, U2000533. Today, I am going to teach you on how to make your own salt crystals using home ingredients. Hopefully, the things that I will teach you today is going to help you make your own crystals and observe the crystallization occurs every day. I also hope that you will gain some knowledge about crystallization process and I hope it will help you in your future. Let's get started. To make your salt crystals, you will need salt as the main soluble component. Next, you will need a cup of hot water to dissolve the salt. To make things interesting, I recommend using food coloring to make your crystals prettier. Last but not least, you will need a plate or any flat container to pour your mixture in. I use the cover of a container for this. You need to fill in the cup with hot water. Boiling hot water is better to ensure it dissolves properly. For this crystallization to occur, you need the solution to be super saturated. Then, put a spoonful of salt into the cup and stir it until it fully dissolves. Once it dissolves, add more salt to it until it can no longer dissolve in the solution. Then, we will get a super saturated solution. Put the spoons of salt cautiously so that it will not overload them. It is fine if you see some salt at the bottom of the cup. That means our supersaturated solution is successful. Just as mentioned earlier, you can put some drops of food coloring into the solution to make colored crystals. Don't forget to stir it well so it spread uniformly. Or you can skip this step and pour it into the plate. Let it evaporate itself and observe day by day. This is the result of my crystallization. The crystals appeared green just as we predicted and the shape is cubic with a cross mark in the middle. After 3 days of evaporation, we got small crystals of pure sodium chloride forming a cubic structure. When shined through the light, the center of the crystal formed a cross mark. Every day, I recorded the observation for the salt solution and I noticed that the crystallization took time slowly. This may be because I put too much solution on the plate. For the first day, I noticed that the clear liquid I poured turns into cloudy mixture. On the second day, there were spots of crystallization, but I ignored it to make sure the shape of my crystals is at its optimum shape. On the final day, the crystals form a cubic shape and the liquid has dried out completely. Now let's understand how this experiment works. Salt crystallization occurs when the salt concentration in a solution exceeds its solubility limit in water or the saturation concentration, which is dependent on temperature. A supersaturated solution is a solution that has a high concentration of soluble component compared to the solvent, which in this case is water. When we let the solution evaporate, the water content in the solution is dried out, while the salt concentration remains the same. Now, why does the salt crystals form a cubic shape? Since sodium ions has a face-centered cubic structure or FCC, and chloride ion too has a FCC structure, together they form a symmetrical FCC lattice. Each sodium ion has 6 chloride nearest neighbors, and each chloride ion has 6 sodium nearest neighbors. Each sodium ion has 12 sodium second nearest neighbors, and each chloride ion has 12 chloride second nearest neighbors. To make the experiment better and more efficient, you can use uniodized salt since iodized salt contain potassium iodide which will affect the crystallization. In addition, you should also use a flat surface with a large surface area and dry it out under the sun for a faster rate of evaporation. Thank you for watching.